All right, good morning, team. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday. We have 2 more trading days this week. We got some data. We got some big earnings later. We got some stuff going on. Big week this week. Big week this week for earnings. Big week for data. Next week's going to be fairly decent as well. I'm pretty sure we have FOMC next week. That's today. Yep. Yeah, FOMC is next Wednesday for sure. May 7th. So yeah, we got some stuff coming up. Right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have just about 2.5 minutes left until New York session open. Market continued to climb last night during, Asian session was kind of sideways trading. London session, we did move up, made some new highs, came off of those highs this morning during pre-market for New York session. And now it looks like we might be heading back up towards those highs of the day here. We'll see. Getting a little bit of resistance here as we get closer to New York session. So, getting a little sell-off here. Some volume coming in here. We are 1.5 minutes out of New York open here, and we are already getting some volatility. Jobs data this morning came in higher than expected. We were looking for 223 for our initial jobless claims here, 223K. We actually got 241, which is it's a little bit off of the right around expectations. And then our continued jobless claims were higher than expected also. So putting all of these things together with our GDP numbers yesterday coming in, showing retraction in the economy, our job numbers not so good today. Really what's keeping things up so far is earnings. Earnings have been pretty good, especially for the big tech companies. That AI is still driving revenue. But, how long is that going to last? We'll see. Supposedly, Senior Advisor Hassett said something about tariff news is expected by the end of the day. I don't know what end of the day means, but whatever that means and whenever it comes out, I'm sure the market is just going to flip out over it. So we try to get our trades in here early today. Look at this volatility kicking. All right, New York session is open. New York session is open. Again, welcome back to the channel. We go right up to those highs there. It's a little bit early to jump in here, but I feel like we're going to have a sell-off. Sellers are definitely pushing here. New York Open. Pushing right towards our previous low here. Oh, we're gonna blow right through it. Yeah, look at this volume coming in now. Oh boy. I'm telling you, I felt like a sell-off was happening today. Hey, look at this big retracement. Whoo! Wow, look at those buyers stepping in. Look at that. Crazy. Some crazy volatility this morning already. Yeah, we're gonna stay away from this for a little bit. What? Okay. We're getting a little bit of resistance here still. So really, really strong sell-off here. First thing, with an immediate retracement. This is wild movements here. I feel like we are going to continue moving downwards, but got some craziness happening here. So we did get an immediate retracement here, but sellers came in and pushed that right back down. We got another try. Sellers came in and pushed that down as well. And now the sellers are inching their way back down. I bet you if we break here, we're running. But we can't really find a place to get in here with these this crazy movement here. And then unfortunately, if we run, we're not going to find an entry there either until it stops. So we might just have to let this run. All right, a little pushback by the buyers there. Retesting these bottoms here. Okay, pushing through. Okay. Let's see how high the buyers can push up here. Crazy volatility right now. And then we have data coming out at 10 also, so you gotta be careful with that. Actually, 9:45 is when the first one comes out. And then we have a couple at 10. Let's see here, 9:45, we have our S&P manufacturing PMI. All right, so that's only, what, 7 minutes away? So we got to look out for that. We're going to get some more volatility when these numbers come out too, I'm sure. And then at 10 o'clock, we have our ISM manufacturing PMI and a couple of other things here. But those are the two big hitters, 9:45 and 10 o'clock. So between, honestly, from now until a little after 10, we probably might get some movement like this still. So I don't know if there's any point in getting in currently, unless those numbers come out terrible too, and then we just plummet from there. So watch for a break of lows here, and then a breakout to the downside. Price is pushing. If we break this tail here, I think we're gonna move. But we're gonna get some wild swings still. That's the thing, because we got data, so. Right now, if we take a look at the 15, you can see this nice shelf here. That's what we're sitting on. Pushing through. We might get a breakout. The problem with all of this here is even if we do get a breakout and then in 5 minutes we get really good S&P PMI numbers there, it's just going to reverse, especially with all of this volatility right now. It's a ton. Already starting to make our way back up here. Big pushback by the sellers there. The market wants to drop. I think we're just getting this volatility here. because of the data that's looming. We are well below our trading range here for the day, which means sellers are in control. I mean, that's pretty evident, right? And we are way outside of our trading range from yesterday. And all of this here, pretty sure market kind of wants to fill. But we'll see. We can get good numbers, and then this just shoots right back up to the other side, too. All right, we have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to see how market's going to react to S&P manufacturing PMI. Let's head over there so we can catch these numbers. A little bit of a slowdown here. I'm sure to wait for the numbers coming out. Pushed by the buyers here. We have 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. And here we go. Not crazy movement. So not a crazy reaction here. I'm still waiting for the number. Actual is 50.2, and we were looking for 50.5. So that's still good. Although we are steadily and slowly creeping downward, right? Once we get below 50, that's considered retraction. But we're still sitting above 50 as of right now for S&P manufacturing PMI. All right, so that number, not too bad. That's probably why we didn't. That basically came in at expectations. For ISM manufacturing now, it comes out in 15 minutes. This one, we were in retraction territory last time at 49. Today we're expecting a 47.9. That's our expectations. See what we get. See what we get. All right, a little bit of a recovery here with a little bit of a recovery here. Not too bad. So here's New York open, this candle here, which came up and tested these highs here and was rejected. Okay, so watch for that same thing here. If we come back up, we retest this high here. Your 15-minute opening range is quite wide today. Should have took some allergy medicine. Bond market reacts to report that U.S. Where did that go? Goodness gracious. Bond market reacts to reports U.S. has approached China for trade talks. All right, getting a decent rejection here. Still a lot of volatility here. Creating a little shelf here. Possibly. Okay, all those buyers came right back in here. All right, we peaked up past our high here. All see here. Very possible that we move back up to highs of the day here. Yeah, market doesn't really know what it wants here. I'm not getting into any of this. This is crazy volatility here. We're going to wait for those numbers to come out at 10 o'clock. We're going to play this smart. Let the market figure out what it wants to do once we get these the ISM manufacturing PMI numbers here. And then we'll go from there. You know, we got news coming out here, articles talking about tariffs. There's tariff news coming out later today. Apparently the US approached China to start talks, you know, so there's going to be a ton of volatility here right now. And that is not good conditions to be trading. So we're going to wait a few more minutes here. We're going to let this play out. Right now, we're just setting up a range is what we're doing. First day of the month, too. Didn't even realize. Happy May. All right, we've had our April showers. Now let's be done with it. Yeah, that's all we're doing right now is range trading. Right, you can see the range that we're in here right now. And it's probably just because we have these numbers coming out. Once all of the data is out and we don't get any sneaky tweets or anything like that, hopefully we'll be able to get a direction out of the market today. Doesn't necessarily mean that we will. We could just trade sideways, right? But we'll, you know, watch the market and figure out. Just starting my TradeZella account here so I can journal. All right. We have about a minute and a half here, pushing down towards the lower end of the range here today so far. I wouldn't be surprised if these numbers come out bad that we're going to sell. And when I say sell, it's going to move, because look at what we have holding price up here. Nothing. Okay, so just be prepared. I'm not saying get into a position or anything like that, because we don't know for sure. Because on the other side of this, if those numbers come out good, if they come out better than expected, we can head in the opposite direction, right? We could just head back up and continue to make new highs today. So, be careful. I'm just letting you know that with the volatility that we have right now, market is ready to move in one direction or another, and it probably will move violently in that direction. I'm guessing. It's my educated guess, okay? Not financial advice. Take what I say with a grain of salt, obviously. That's just my observation. And here, look at this. We have 30 seconds here until this data comes out, and look at what the market is doing. It's already insane. We're gonna get some kind of huge movement one way or the other here. And if these numbers come out not good, you're gonna see the price flush here. The Topstep platform here is like real slow. There must be a ton of people on right now. Look at this. Look at this insanity right here. And there you go. That's what happens. Paused. Woo. Yeah, we'll just put our hands underneath our butt here and we'll wait. This is insane. Oh, and okay, so numbers came in under expectations. We're expecting 47.9 for ISM manufacturing PMI. We got 46.5. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Oh, that was the index, my bad. We came in slightly better, 48.7. We were expecting 47.9. We got 48.7. Still in retraction zone, right? Below 50, but better than expected. Which means things aren't getting worse yet. So let's see how market, continues to react here. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let's let the market settle down a little bit before we even think about jumping into this insane volatility. There's no reason for you to lose money on crazy markets like this. I still think market's going to fall, but, I could be completely wrong. We are getting some support here, right? We definitely have some buyers here. And we're basically at highs of yesterday. This general area was highs of yesterday. So there could still be a ton of liquidity sitting here. And just basically how the market uses it. Is it use it to run, or does it sweep and continue up in the other direction? Numbers weren't bad. I mean, the fact that we came in a little bit better than expected, it does mean that things aren't getting worse. And I'm pretty sure we've been in retraction for manufacturing for a little while anyway. So it's not like we're continuing in the wrong direction. This number might even tell you, like, hey, maybe we're heading back up. It all depends on how the market sees it also. So U.S. ISM factory production gauge drops to lowest since May of 2020. but your ISM Manufacturing Employment Index went up. Manufacturing prices paid went down. ISM Manufacturing New Orders Index went up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not any kind of specialist, but I don't think that these are terrible. I'm just going to read through the ISM, the manufacturing PMI report here quick, see if I can pick anything out that might be useful. Okay, so this says here that the overall economy continued in expansion for the 60th month after 1 month of contraction back in April of 2020. So basically, we went down. We were at 42.3%, and we've been moving up since then, is what we're saying here. So April reading of the production index. The index returned to contraction last month after 2 months of expansion, preceded by 8 months of contraction. So we're kind of, going back and forth a little bit here, which makes sense, especially with all this tariff stuff happening. Market's moving up on the data in a much better way, price action wise. All right. There's a little chart here. So your manufacturing PMI overall, we're still in contraction. New orders, production, and employment in contraction. Supplier deliveries are slowing. That's a 5-month trend there. Inventories are growing. That's because of tariff or uncertainty. They're building the inventories before tariffs and stuff, kick in or whatever. I'm sure they were doing that prior. Customers' inventories too low. Prices are increasing. backlog of orders contracting, new export orders contracting, imports contracting. So overall economy here says growing, although slower. And the manufacturing sector is in contraction. Pretty sure the manufacturing sector has been in contraction for quite some time, considering everything is made in China. Uh-oh, we have a Truth Social alert. What are you doing? You cried to come in here, and now you want to leave. Trump media reincorporates in Florida. That's nice. Nobody cares. All right.
Call you in the morning, okay? It's not enough.
Still peaking lower and lower here with the sellers.
Call you in the morning, okay? Mum, I don't need to be fixed up. It's not enough.
right, nice push there from the bottom. We still have no real clear direction here. Still some leftover volatility here. Excuse me. Hmm. All right, we're still pushing higher. We're breaking previous highs here. I thought for a minute there we were not going to push higher than this. And we might have turned there, but doesn't look like we are yet. I'll tell you, we still look bearish on the 4-hour chart at least. We don't look too bad on the day chart though. All right, well, anything can happen. That's not yours. All right, nice move. We're still making still making progress to the upside here. So we're still range trading, essentially. In this mess here, you'd have to see a break of highs and lows, really. All right, still pushing to the upside here. So basically, I'd be just waiting for price to come back up to this this upper end of the range here, see what it does. You know, if it looks like we get rejected again, maybe we'll take it for a ride back down to the lower end. But it's got to be pretty convincing. If we look at the 15, we got a lot of liquidity sitting up here. So probably most certainly wait for price to enter this area and then see what it does. We either sweep it or run it. You can see that with these candles here. All right, there's your liquidity. And there you go. So I got to see price move in here, which it most likely will. And then as long as we don't break this high here and we get what looks like rejection or sellers coming back in here, that might be a good spot to possibly take a short. But if we break this high here, no shorts. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Okay, we're back. I had to let my cat out of the room. She was being annoying. All right, so pay close attention here because this might be an opportunity here today. If we break these highs, that would be a very strong indication that we are switching directions. And then our next stop obviously would be highs of the day, which is up here. Structure starting to look much nicer instead of all this baloney. All right, so we've come into our liquidity area. Let's see what we get. This is a strong push by the buyers here, so don't forget that, right? But we are coming into an area where there are a lot of sellers. So, question is did the buyers build a big enough position here with all of this to be able to push through this liquidity? All right, look at that. Push right past our high here, right through our liquidity zone. All right, because we broke this, I'm no longer convinced in either direction at the moment. I think there's probably more likelihood that we reach for highs of the day now. Even if this retraces, at some point we probably turn again. Even on the 15-minute here, you can see how strong that push was, right? And we're still moving. So this candle closes very strong, especially on outside of our liquidity zone here. We're probably most likely heading or continuing to the upside here, and we're definitely heading for highs of the day. Yeah. Nice close there. Last candle within this 15-minute. We got some momentum here, and buyers are definitely building momentum. And we are on the upper side and outside of our trading range here. That means buyers are in control. Yep. Good strong close on that 15-minute, and we close outside of that liquidity area. So not only did we reach above our high here, but we closed above it. Very important. Let it come back. I'm still, honestly, if this comes back and we can pick up liquidity down here, you can see these wicks here, that would probably be a decent entry to continue longs here, and you can target previous highs or highs of the day, which is here. So I wouldn't even be upset if this came back here, grab some of this liquidity, which is really right at the lower end here, just outside of it. And you can see even previously, right? Tons of liquidity in this area here. Nice slow pullback is what we want to see here. I don't want to see a flush through here. Then that just means we're just continuing to range trade, and be quite honest with you, I might be done then. I'm at a point here where I'm not going to waste my trades, and I'd rather take less trades than more trades, you know. So I think we have more upside here. But what I think doesn't make a difference. There we go. That was not too bad there. I'd like to see it come back a little further. But what I like here is we're not just getting a quick fall with no resistance, right? It's all about price action. Price action is key. So you see we're getting resistance here by buyers. This is good. I'd like to see it come down a little bit further. And then hopefully we're not range trading. Because I definitely don't want to get stuck in that. See if we can't get another wick like that down here. That'd be a nice little confirmation. I'm gonna try here. Longs, we're in with 10 micros long. Nice push. Let's keep it going. Beautiful. I'm going to break even this just because I don't want to be in it. And if it does decide to reverse quickly, beautiful push. Risk-free trade. If I get taken out, I don't care. See if we can't break these highs. If we break these highs, very, very good chance that we are headed towards highs of the day. That'll be the first target. Beautiful. Nice push. All right, first target. Let's see. Let's close above that, though. Come on. Let's gain some strength there. I know you got it in you. There it is. First target's going to be highs of the day. I'm going to clear half of my position there. And then I'm going to trail my stop loss for the rest. Unless we just blow right through it, then I might just stay in, to be honest with you. That's a huge push. I'm going to move stop loss right to the bottom of that candle. Keep going. Like I said, we're going to sell. Might not make it there. If we get back up here, I'm going to sell 5 to lock in profits here. Nice volume coming in on this candle as well. I like it. Beautiful. I'm going to take half off here. We're locking in profits for the day so far. And then I'm just going to trail my stop loss now the rest of the way, because this may run. I'm going to let it run. If we break highs here, we might move. If we do break the highs here, next stop is going to go beneath the current candle. But we got to break these highs here. Alright, so there's no reason that we will push higher. There's no reason that says that we're going to continue up, which is why I took half of my position up here. Stop loss is set here. We're still locking in another 165 if price comes back down here. So we're locking in a nice, what, $5-ish $100 day. On a day like this, with this mess, probably walk away afterwards, honestly, because we still get some volatility here. But we'll see, you know, we leave a little bit of our position in. That way, if we do break these highs, we still got some skin in the game. And then from this point, I won't even set a take profit. I will just trail my stop loss at each pullback. And when price hits the stop loss, then I'm out and I'm done. You only need one good trade a day. That's it. No sense in giving back any profits, right? So, beautiful trade. We secured profits by targeting our previous highs there. That was a more than appropriate target there. We took half the position, left half to run, but we are also, our stop loss is already in the green here. So either way, we are locking in profits today with one trade. This is what I need to, this is the level I need to get to with consistency, is waiting to make one trade that's going to put me in the green and then walk away. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I need to become consistent with. A lot of times what happens for me is my first trade or 2 or 3 sometimes is red, and then I end up gaining that back, but then I have you know, my profits aren't that great because I'm building back the loss that I had. So if I can get to a point where I wait for the appropriate time to get in with one beautiful push, look at this. Oh yeah. I'm gonna trail now. We're coming back down to below current candle. Beautiful push. Locking in another $400 on top of what we already made here. So anyway, if I can get to that point where I'm consistently making a good trade the first time, making profits off of that, and then walking away, securing those profits for the day, you come back tomorrow, you do it again. So let's see if we keep going here. At this point, if I get taken out, I'm good. Keep in mind, anything pushing above previous highs could be a liquidity grab, which is why I moved my stop loss so quickly. Secure those profits. If it is a liquidity grab, get out. Take your profits and get out. You don't want to stay in any longer than you need to be, right? So we know that there's going to be a ton of liquidity sitting above highs of the day, right? You're going to have breakout traders putting positions in, you have stop losses, and you have take profits all sitting there. That's a lot of liquidity. Price is going to fluctuate. The question is who's going to use that liquidity better than the other person, right? Are these sellers willing to sell their positions here to mitigate their losses, right? And if this ends up being a liquidity run instead of a sweep, beautiful. We still have some skin in the game. Let it move. If not, hey, let's mark out where did we get in? Here? I think so. This was our first target, I think, right? Yeah, we got out right about there with the first, and then we'll let it run, and we'll just continue to trail our stop loss. So you can see the fight happening here, right? Above previous highs, you got a lot of liquidity here. So you got to let this play out. This is expected, right? I'm actually a little bit, you know, it may not continue here because if it was going to use it as a liquidity run, it probably would have moved really fast through it. And there you go. Came back, stopped me out. We're up 752 for the day. I'm good with that. On a day like today, with all this mumbo jumbo, I'll take it. Take it. What a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. We came back up from the bottoms. We made higher highs here. We knew this was a liquidity zone. I saw the liquidity sitting down here. We waited for price to come back slowly, right? With resistance, and we watched that happen. We had our dip into liquidity here. We did not break previous wick. Again, we tried. We did not break that wick. This one here, volume came in. We pushed. We got in. We rode that to highs of the day. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. I'm happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys saw anything different. I think this was a fantastic trade here. Fantastic trade. And it's exactly the kind of trade that I look for, solely based off of liquidity, right? And we lined up almost exactly with where all of the volume was sitting for the day, right? You can see that here. And we came back and tested a few times. Each time we couldn't push past. Yeah. Not bad. So far, we look like, I mean, I don't know if I would call this a sweep per se. We made new highs. We could still keep moving up today. It just might be slower. There you go. You have some more liquidity sitting here. Retested previous highs here. You got pushed back up. And now you can see the same thing. Buyers are stepping in here. My issue here is this might just be a slow move, right? So I think I'm going to not trade anymore today. Oh, by the way, this was the very first trade that I took in my funded account. We were trading the funded account. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it, but this is the actual funded account. That was my first trade in the funded account. We're up 752 so far. We are now 4 days away from being able to take our 4 green days away from being able to take our first withdrawal. There you have it. I'm all done trading for the day. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yes. Woo. That's my wife there. Supporting me. Beautiful. All right. That was lovely. Got it in before 11 o'clock. It's nice. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. And I'm actually going to take, I think I'm going to take an early day today, even from the live stream. To be honest with you, we've been on the live stream a lot this week. We've been waiting for trades to play out. I was a little nervous, obviously, about taking that trade, first trade in the funded account there. But I'm proud of myself that I actually executed based off of my strategy. I was expecting myself to not be as punctual because it was the funded account, you know? But to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking back on it, I don't think I was even thinking about this being the funded account. I was very, very focused on getting a proper entry here and not letting that opportunity be missed. So I think that's some real growth there for me as a trader, to not be thinking about the reasoning or expectations or the stresses while I'm looking to take a trade there. So that's good. We're moving forward. We're growing. We're moving forward. We're learning, and we're headed in the right direction. Green balance to start off the funded account. And we're going to leave that alone for the rest of the day. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll trade again in the funded account tomorrow. And hopefully we can keep our profits. So the way Topstep works here in your Express funded account is you need 5 green days of at least $200 or more before you can take your first payout. The trick here is, though, when you take your first payout, your flat mark or your zero mark moves from 48,000 to 50,000. So currently I can't go below 48,000 in this account. Once you take that first payout, that moves to 50,000. Then that's my zero mark, right? My goal here is first and foremost to get 5 green days of $200 or more. But during that, I would like to try to get the account at 5,000 or more. Actually, I should say more. I want to have a minimum of 55K so that I have a $5,000 buffer instead of a $2,000 buffer. I think that will alleviate a little bit of stress and give me much more wiggle room to work with, being my first funded account. And then anything after 5,000 is payout. And we will keep the account at 55K no matter what. I won't draw anything out below 55K. That leaves me a very, very nice cushion to be able to trade without having to worry that if I get a big drawdown or something, it's going to blow the account. So that's the plan there. 5 trades or more, right? At least 5 green trades above 5 grand. And I will take my first payout will be whatever is above the 5,000. That's it. And then we continue to build the account. And when you take your 5th payout is when they call you up to live account. And your live account starts with whatever your profits are in your express account. So I'd like to build the account up to like 10, 15 grand to be able to take that over to the live account. You don't get a 50K account when you go live. You get whatever your profit is. So if I had a 50K account and, I kept taking profits out, and by the time they pulled me up to live, I only had 52,000. You only get 2,000 to trade with in your live account, if that makes sense. I just learned that, and I'm glad I did because I had to change my plan a little bit. So my plan is before I take that 5th payout to build the account up to like 10, 15,000, you really don't need more than that. That's a huge cushion to be able to trade with. You can have a nice whole week of red days and still be in the game, and then you can move up to your live account and you go from there. So that's the plan. Thank you guys for watching. I am going to step away from the screen now and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you. And for all of my subscribers already, thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And don't forget to join the free Discord. Link for that is in the description. And I will see you guys all tomorrow morning in the live or in the Express funded account. Have a great day. Stay green.